Okay, this is really, really important. The art war has just gone up a notch. I've just received some information from my solicitor, from Yves Klein's solicitor in France, and it isn't good. But before I get to that, I just want to thank you. If you've supported the GoFundMe, thank you so much. That will go a long way to helping us fight for our rights to freedom and expression. If you've signed the petition, shared the petition, commented on socials, told your friends, talked about it, written about it, blogged about it, thank you so much. Keeping that pressure up on the other side is more powerful than you know, and the cracks are already starting to show. Believe me, they really, really, really do care about their reputation within the art world. And that is exactly where we're going to hit them, and hard. So what's happened, for those that don't know, is very simply, Yves Klein was a wonderful, brilliant French conceptual artist. He was famous for all sorts of stuff and really inspired me. He was a brilliant, brilliant artist, and a lot of what's happening in contemporary art and conceptual art would never have happened without him. He's one of my heroes, okay? Absolute hero. I spent 10 years of my life making my own blue paint in honor of him, that's like his, but it isn't his, it's mine. It uses new technology and chemistry, and it's a wonderful paint, and lots of artists all over the world are using it, and it was a complete and utter labour of love in his honour. And I never, ever said that that paint was his paint, that he made it. I never passed it off as a piece of his work. It is my work. I sold it on my website, has my signature on it. I am in no way whatsoever passing off some sort of counterfeit Klein. That has not happened, despite what his family may make out. Not at all, not whatsoever. I'm an artist, and I make work about art. And I believe that the artist's role in society can be to hold a mirror up to what's going on and to the past. And my work for a long time, as a lot of you know, has been about fighting for our rights to express ourselves as artists, particularly within colour. Now, what's happened to me is absolutely diabolical. I was sued by Yves Klein's son, Yves Amu Klein, yeah, he's called Yves too, in France, and also an offshore company called Blue Bay Art Limited, registered in Gibraltar, which, for those who don't know, is a friendly place in terms of tax, if you know what I mean. So this Blue Bay Art Limited holds the trademark, the name Yves Klein, and it makes money through giving the rights to use that name on various products and things, trinkets, posters, bad household paint, you know, whatever. And they make money by doing that. And they own Yves Klein. It's really important that we get this into our head. They own the phrase Yves Klein. It's 2 words, the name of the artist. Really important that we understand that. And that's that. That's who sued me. And there's a couple of reasons I got sued. One of them was for painting my hand blue, because Yves Klein painted his hand blue and took a photo of it once. That was number 1. That was a copyright claim. And number 2, for putting the word Klein on the box of the paint that I made. That's it. That's what I got sued for. But just on that, this is the box. I've scribbled this word Klein out because I don't want them to get upset. But actually, it never said Yves Klein, and they don't own the rights to this Klein word on its own. They only own the rights to Yves Klein, and there are plenty of other Kleins out there, so they don't actually own that word. In fact, this packaging that I designed is based on Calvin Klein CK1 perfume. If you Google Calvin Klein CK1 perfume, you can see very, very, very clearly that this is a parody, a joke, a humorous take on Calvin Klein. In fact, the paint itself even smells like CK1. Here on the front, it says incredibly Kleinish blue. So Kleinish means it's sort of like it, but not the same thing. I'm telling you very clearly, this isn't Klein's paint, but it's the same sort of thing. And I've also signed it with my name here as a piece of my work, telling you it's by me. So the idea at all that I've been selling knockoffs of Yves Klein's work is ludicrous. He never even sold any paint. He doesn't even sell paint. He passed away ages ago. It's not real. Anyway, what's just happened is my solicitor has got a message from their solicitor, and it says this. And this is really serious, by the way. Really, really quite serious. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to warn Mr. Stuart Semple of the risks to which he is exposing himself by continuing the disinformation campaign that he has undertaken, in particular with several publishers of websites in the field of art. So they're basically telling me to shut up. They don't like it. Well, I've got news for you. I'm not going away. I'm going to get louder. And this community is powerful. And for every one of you, there's thousands of us. And we won't let rich, powerful, offshore, trademark, branding companies come for small artists and stop us expressing ourselves. If we want to paint our hands blue, we will. And if we want to make paint and share it with each other, we will. We will tell the world what you've done, and we will make sure everybody's aware of the damage you are doing to a wonderful conceptual artist, Yves Klein's legacy. He wasn't litigious. He loved art. He supported the avant-garde. He wanted people like us to make the sort of things that we're making. And you are doing no service whatsoever to his memory. And that's my message. So if you're watching this and you're one of Yves Klein's lawyers, maybe you're his son, be scared. We're coming for you. To the rest of you, I really, really need your help. I can't do this on my own. I need you to call this out. They're clearly scared that the art world is aware now of what they're doing to living artists. And it's vital that we stand up for our rights to express ourselves. It is a fundamental human right. France signed up to the Declaration of Human Rights after the war, when we all agreed that the atrocities that happened in World War II should never, ever, ever happen again. The right of freedom of expression is there. The rights of artists like me and you to critique things, to use satire and to use parody is there. I haven't at all reproduced his trademark. I haven't put his signature on the box. I haven't said it's by him. I haven't said it's endorsed by his estate. Nothing. I've only ever said it is my work. This is completely unfair. And now I'm in the hole where I have to pay these people tens and tens of thousands of euros. The case could go on for years, I'm told. So I need your help. I need to call this out. I'm going to put a link below to Yves Klein's son's Instagram so you can check out his art. He's actually an artist too, which is so ironic. You think he'd know better that we're just not about that. Artists support other artists. So I'll put a link to that. Have a look at his work. Please do everything you can to make sure people know about this. If you're a blogger, write about it. If you're a YouTuber, please make a video about this. If you've got a social media at all, post about it, tell your friends. If you haven't signed the petition, please sign the petition. That really helps. Once we get a few more, I think we're going to start sending that to the museums and seeing if some of them might understand that supporting the legacy of someone who's doing this at the moment isn't a good look. Like, they shouldn't be doing this. Not someone who's anti-artists. It's not right. And if you can support the GoFundMe. Also, hang on, I'll just go and get it. I've made these this week. These are they're quite funny. These are blue square pants, and obviously they're Calvin Klein Blue. Again, another Klein. Interesting, isn't it? They don't own the rights to the name Klein. They think they do. And it's on canvas, signed on the back, and I'm going to put them on the website. And if you'd like one, come and get them. I'll send it to you. And obviously all the money is going towards this campaign. So please help me fight these people. We need to be able to build on the amazing work that artists of the past have done. That's how culture progresses. If we can't express ourselves from the building blocks of what's come before us, I think we're stuffed. Even if we come up with a radical new genius, brilliant idea out of nowhere and we put it out into the world, I'm sure none of us really want to prevent future generations from ever touching it ever again. It's just so mean-spirited, isn't it? I mean, how is that sharing? I mean, imagine the caves at Lascaux. What are they? 25,000 years old? Those early cave drawings, we saw the buffalo. And what did we see? We saw a handprint on the wall. Earliest art, handprint on the wall. What if we could never do that again? What if school kids can't make handprints with poster paint because someone did 25,000 years ago? I mean, it is just utterly ridiculous. There's much more important things going on in the world than people squabbling about artists painting their hand blue as some sort of weird cash grab. So thank you for being there. Rant over. And Yves Klein's son, Amu, shame on you, mate. Shame on you. You bought this on yourself. Bye.